Evening all, Marcus here, back again with another video, back again with another Oculus Go video, and this video I have the new Oculus Go face cover facial replacement from VR Covers. It came from DHL. The box is a little bit squished because it came in just like a little sort of baggie, but there it is. So we're going to check that out, going to put that on my Oculus Go, and then we're going to compare it to a normal sort of face cover because I've got the my second Oculus Go as well, so we can do a direct comparison. And I know some people have mentioned sort of the glasses spacer causing issues as well, so we'll check that out as well. But let's crack on and get this bad boy open, shall we? And see how much improvement it is over the original. Let's check it out. Alright, so here we go. Here's the new face cover. So you can see it says on the front, Oculus Go facial interface and foam replacement. So not much kind of written on it really. Oculus Go facial interface foam replacement, replaceable foam padding for the Oculus Go, improved hygiene with easy to clean materials, comfortable foam with durable construction, reduces pressure on your forehead and cheeks. Enjoy VR for longer with no discomfort. Keep your VR HMD fresh and clean. Foam replacement and facial interface. And there we go. So it's a little sort of slip to come out. As I say, got a little bit squished in the post. It came from China, I believe. Thanks to VR Covers because they sent this to me for free. No sort of obligation to do a good review or anything. I did contact them asking if I could have it early, and they said you can't have it early, but you can have a free one. So there you go. They sent it to me free. So here we go. So let's put that to the side for 1 second. What do we get in the box? So empty box. Move out of the way. You get yourself a little instruction leaflet that shows you how to apply the facial interface and a sort of cover, not a cover, sort of lens wipe with little sort of pictures of different headsets on it. Where's the Oculus Go? Is that an Oculus Go? No, that's not an Oculus Go. Is he on there? Nah. Obviously made before the Oculus Go came out. Looks like Rifts and Vives and stuff on there. But there you go. So that comes free as well in the box. I know some people got little sort of slips that kind of go on to the back of your headset, sort of little covers. I obviously didn't get those. I guess maybe that's because I got it for free. So a little bit of protective plastic that protects the nose piece there. Let's move that out of the way. And there we go. So there's the facial interface. Feels quite nice. Feels quite sturdy. Nice kind of material. Almost kind of like fabric. Sort of carbon fibre almost looking. It's obviously not. And what this happens here is this kind of comes off, velcroed on. It's got little velcro pads there, and there. Yeah, quite smart. And then this is all sort of fluffy that side, which sticks to the velcro. And then sort of a fake, I think they call it vegan leather. I'm not sure what that means, but on this side. Will I focus on that? There you go. Will I focus? Go on, focus on it. Go on, go on, go on. There we go, there we go. I've got pretty much cover the entire picture for it to focus on it, but there you go. So that'd be quite good because one of the things I use my headset for at the moment, or that's why I've got two, is I take one to shows and stuff and events, and with this kind of padding you can't really wipe it down in between people, but with this one I can just take some sort of wet wipes and just wipe it down each time, little alcohol wipes, and it should be alright. Be interesting to sort of see how it lasts, if it survives, but there we go. But let's install the new cover in here then. So what we can do in here is where you got your little eye lenses, ugh. You can just pop out these little rings that kind of protect them. There we go. Take both those out, and then this kind of pops straight out. You can take this out without taking those out if you want to, but they're kind of, you know, of course, sort of if we compare it sideways between the two. So there's the existing one, which is this kind of grey, and there's the new one, which is kind of slimmer, but I guess obviously it doesn't have the actual sort of face pad on it just yet. There you go. So let's move that to one side, and this should be just a case of kind of slotting this in. Make sure it kind of goes around the little sensor, so just press down around it. Make sure this goes around the eyes. The lenses. I'm going to call these things, the lenses, something different every time I say it, I think. Right, and then you just grab your little lens protectors and pop them back on again. So just push down until they click, and same for the other one. Oh, it's coming off, coming out of place there. Let's push that back in and pop it back in. Click. Make sure it's nicely and nice and snug. Yep. There we go. And there's that sort of padding on sort of thing. So if you kind of see it comparison, just that and that now, you can see it's a lot smaller. But then obviously what we've got here is this sort of replaceable cover. So hopefully we get some more of these, and maybe we could order these on their own. Or maybe just sort of more generic ones, maybe sort of a bit more of an actual plastic, maybe just for shows and stuff would be quite good. And then we just literally pop it on like that. Sticks down with Velcro, holds on quite well. It's not kind of coming off with sort of light touches. And there we go. On. So that's our little comparison, shall we? So that's kind of side by side what they look like. Yeah. Looks alright. I think it matches quite well with my headset. All I need to do now is just swap the straps for a black one, which I think I might do with a Gear VR strap that I've got. There we go. Let's move those out of the way. Move those out of the way on that one. So you can kind of compare. Contrast and compare. Definitely got a bit more sort of width to it, hasn't it? Sort of should hopefully kind of provide a little bit more padding. So what we'll do, we'll stick this on, and I'll come back with after I've had a little play with it and tested it all out, make sure it works okay, to kind of give my opinion of what I think about it. So let's go check it out. So there we go. I've been using it for a little while. I was recording another video and then the audio went weird, so I'm going to record that again. But anyway, I tested it for a good sort of 20-30 minutes while I was doing that video, and it's definitely more comfy. You can definitely kind of feel more support all the way around your face, particularly on your cheeks. I don't know about you, but my kind of chubby cheeks, sometimes when I come out of the Oculus Go with the default headset, with it kind of being quite thin around there, it can leave kind of red marks. I know on my other half, when she uses it, it leaves red marks on her face. So, and I mean, the Go, they don't last forever. Yeah, it's only sort of light pressure, but I didn't seem to have that with this, which is good. One thing is though, because of the kind of material that's made out of this kind of like, I don't know what you call it, pleathery leather type fake leather, it did feel a little bit more sweaty. I'm not a big sweater, I don't do a lot of sweating, but I definitely kind of felt kind of the heat and the sort of the sweatiness of my face more on this headset, whereas I guess probably on this one maybe it sweats just as much, but because it's made of kind of a more breathable fabric, it kind of maybe absorbs the sweat, so I don't notice it as much. But you definitely feel that there. So I think it's probably going to be quite nice overall. Overall I'm quite impressed. I think it's quite good. So there they are, sort of default and normal. You can definitely see that the VR cover has definitely got more padding. Definitely has sort of more sort of spacing out the pressure of the headset sort of thing. I do have it nice and tight on my head. I do like it nice and tight. And you can kind of see on my headset here, I do have the sort of the sidebars up at an angle a little bit, so I like to have the kind of pressure up high on my head, and then it kind of coming down over my ears sort of thing, so you can sort of see it goes like that. It fits quite nice, not going to come off, and well, just even put it on now sort of thing, it definitely feels more comfortable to wear. What I would say is the nose hole sort of spacing, I can still see out of here, so there's still, I wouldn't say any big difference between the two. Let me just double check. Actually, I'd say it's probably slightly bigger on the new one. Let's have a look. Oh, it's barely bigger. I'd say it's maybe slightly more sort of revealing. Yeah, I think if you kind of look at the sort of space in there between the two nose holes, it's definitely a little bit wider looking, isn't it, on that sort of VR cover one, ever so slightly, if you notice. So you will get a little bit more light leak underneath, I think. Yeah, that's one thing to kind of consider. Whereas like at the very bottom there, it doesn't come out at all. There's no lip, it runs flush against the bottom bit there. Whereas on the official cover, it's got a little bit of a lip. So it obviously covers a little bit more of your nose maybe. But, you know, I've never found that much of an issue. And to be fair, when I'm doing videos or just using it in general, I like to peek down at my phone and stuff. Until we get sort of phone support inside the headset, I kind of like to be like looking down at my phone through my headset, especially like if I'm streaming and I can have my tablet on the table and kind of see. So that's not a deal breaker for me. I quite like that. It's usually $29 for this facial cover. I know at the moment you can pre-order it for $23 on like a bit of a Black Friday sale, so it's maybe worth jumping on now. But do note that I think on their website it says something like 6th of December they will ship. So bear that in mind. And then there's obviously shipping on top of that. So if you're not in the States, bear that in mind. You probably get caught for customs as well. So because it's obviously over £15 if you're in the UK, you get charged for customs. So bear that in mind. I didn't get charged on mine because I got sent mine for free. So thank you VR Cover for sending this to me for free. I definitely will be using it on this headset. And I think I'll replace this strap with a Gear VR one. So it's black as well. I'll have quite a cool looking Oculus Go there, won't I? So I'll have to try that out and maybe keep an eye out for that in another video. One thing I did want to check is the glasses spacer. So I know a few people obviously wear glasses and they may think this gets in the way. So I would say obviously the lenses are no further away naturally than the default padding. You kind of look there, there's no, maybe ever so slightly more sort of distance, but you can't imagine it makes much difference. But let's take this off quickly and put on the glasses spacer and see if it does make much of a difference. Because I'll be honest, I did used to have the glasses spacer on my headset regardless, because I quite like the nice snug fit that the glasses spacer sort of allowed it to have. But I took it off when I got my replacement one after I had a dodgy Go and got it replaced. I didn't put it back in again, and to be fair, I've kind of got used to it now, so I'm happy to not have the spacer. So let's put the spacer in there, see if we can still add this back in. So the glasses spacer, I can't get this lens back on again, so it's going back on there, this lens sort of ring, but because of the glasses spacer it's popping it off. So I don't think even this other one's going to stay on very well. It's probably going to pop off super easy, although I just picked it off and it came off. So I think if you're used to the glasses spacer and you like it and it makes a big difference, maybe think twice about it. I mean, ideal scenario is you'd want to kind of test it first, but it's not the sort of thing you'd find in the shop to be able to test it. So if you've got a friend who orders it, obviously test it out there. But I don't think it's going to kind of do you any favours if you use the glasses spacer. So consider it. Take a chance with sort of thing. I think you could probably get away with it. I mean, I think if you kind of pushed it in really hard and whatever, but it doesn't take much to. It doesn't take much to pop these things out. So. Yeah, so even without the glasses spacer, now the little lens things jumping out of its hole. But then there are lenses you can get. I don't need glasses, so I don't use them. But you can get replacement lenses for the Oculus Go, which work to your prescription. So that might be an option for you if you want to use glasses. But then that obviously adds a lot of cost to your Oculus Go. Being quite a cheap device as it is already, is it worth the investment? Well, it depends on how much you use your Oculus Go, I guess. So that's a question for yourself, really. If you can justify it and you use it that much, then it's obviously worth it. So is it worth the money? I think so for me. As I said, I didn't pay anything for technically, so yeah, definitely worth the money for me. But for if you can get it for the $23, and it's relatively cheap to ship wherever you are, sort of thing, yeah, it's actually a nice little upgrade. It definitely looks quite good. I think if you kind of look at the headset now, it's all kind of black rather than sort of grey at the top. I do definitely like kind of that look. It's definitely going to make it look a little bit cooler, a little bit more stealth, a little bit more matching for my channel. So get a thumbs up from me. How does it feel on top of my head? Because quite often I wear it like this while I'm doing other stuff. Yeah, it's a bit more secure. I like it. So thumbs up for me. I like that. And talking of thumbs up, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. That's fine. I'm big enough and ugly enough to take it. If you didn't like it, that's fine. Just leave a comment down below. Let me know why you didn't like it. I'll try and do better for next time. Become one of the Remarkables. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I next upload a video. And that's me done. I'm out. Have a virtual high five.